Here I am on the home page of the old site, and I'm just going to take a screenshot. On the Mac, that's Shift Command 4. Gives me a crosshair, and I can choose just part of the screen. And that's saved to my desktop as a PNG file, but with a long screen, name to that. I also have a Retina display on this computer, so my screenshot is about twice the pixels that I really want. So I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. On my desktop is that new screenshot. And first I'm going to change the size of this image to 800 pixels, or 600 pixels wide. That will be plenty for our template preview. Okay, and I'm going to save for web. It needs to be a ping because that's what Joomla is expecting. So I'm going to save this 600 pixel and call it template preview. Now I've been working in a download folder, so I'm putting it in with my other files, and I'm calling it template_preview.png. I just need to resize it again to 206 pixels wide. Save for web again. This time I'm going to call it template thumbnail. So not preview this time, but template thumbnail. And back to our file structure. We now have all the files that we said we were going to have, and we've got everything. We're ready to zip this up as a package. Now if you're on a Macintosh, you've got built-in compression, but you don't want to use it because the Apple compression scheme actually uses its own little format, Apple double, and can cause confusion. At the bottom of the migrating a template from Joomla 1.5 site is a link to creating a basic Joomla template. I'm referring to this page because there is some advice for Macintosh OS X users, and that is how to use Terminal to do your compression to avoid the problems of this Apple double format. So this is one way you can do this. Another way is to use a little program that you can download called Yemu Zip. That's what I'm going to demonstrate now. This was our original BuddyWalk zip file that when we downloaded the Joomla 1.5 template. I'm going to delete that file because we're going to compress the one that we've made some improvements on. We've added the preview, the thumbnail, we've changed the index.php and the template details. In the template details, we called out and said that our template name was now going to be BuddyWalk3. It's important that I change that in the folder name as well. And now we're ready to compress that to make a zip file for BuddyWalk3. So I'm going to use the little program called Yemu Zip. You can Google that and find a place to download it. It looks like this when you're running it. It just is a little pop-up. We drag the folder that we want to zip. It's going to create a zip file, BuddyWalk3, and it's going to be PC and Joomla friendly without the excess Macintosh OS metadata. And there it is. We're ready to go off to Joomla and install. I'm in the extension manager of our new Bentonville BuddyWalk website in Joomla 3.3.6. I'm going to browse for that template, BuddyWalk3, upload and install, and I'm looking for the message installing template was successful. Now I have to tell you, in the process of doing these videos, I just was running into jinstall errors, cannot find Joomla install XML file. And it turned out because there were a couple little typos in my XML file. So should you get an error message, just go back and examine that file. And make sure that your doc type is correct. Make sure that you close those tags. That was one of my typos. The other one was I had an extra O here in folder. Foldald it all. So make sure that everything about that XML file is up to snuff. If you get any errors about cannot install or cannot find the XML file, it's probably due to a typo and not to the fact that you didn't have the file at all. Just examine every element of that XML file and make sure that it's all closed properly. And try it again. This time we had success, and I'm ready to go to the template manager. And there's my Buddy Walk 3 template has been installed. I'm going to make that the default. We're going to go out to the site. And there it is, sort of. What's wrong? This doesn't look like my old site. Oh, there were modules. Now I migrated the modules, but they're not assigned to the right positions. This happens whenever you install a new template. There's almost always you need to go back and go to the module manager and change those positions. My template didn't have position 1 through 9. My position had top, footer, left, and breadcrumb. So I'm going to modify this date module and changed its position to top. Save and close. I'm going to modify the footer module and assign that to the footer position. I'm going to modify all of the rest of them. We're in the left-hand position 7. I'll use the batch command to move all of those into my left position. You have the option with this batch command to copy or move. If you think for any reason that you might be switching back and forth between templates, use the copy. In this case, I know I'm moving in for good into my new house. So I'm going to use that left position and I'm going to move those modules and not have duplicates. When you use the batch command, they all come in unpublished. So just make sure that everything is published. And let's go take a look at the site again. Refresh. Pretty good. This October 5th date position should have an image replacement happening with the CSS file. Things are looking just a little bit off-sized here, so I need to tweak my CSS a little bit, but we're in pretty good shape. We've got our modules showing up where they belong. We have images in the modules and in places that we need them. So this is looking pretty good.